We've had 1,800 cases of dengue in the capital this year, which has been the highest since 2010. The Delhi government has gone into an overdrive with the CM visiting hospitals and the health minister also taking stock. The Delhi cabinet today met regarding dengue. So Mayura, what can you tell us about what the cabinet has decided?
Okay, so the cabinet has had a lengthy meeting and they considered various options that they can put into force at this point in time. So one thing is, like the Chief Minister earlier in the day also, he spoke about a law. The government is deliberating over bringing in a law to ensure that no patients are turned away by a hospital. Now that is one option. The other thing is levying a penalty or cancellation of the license of a hospital, but at a time like this, when you have an outbreak of this size, that could prove counterproductive, so that will also need some more thought. Also, if the government wants to intervene and say that even a private hospital cannot turn a patient away, whether or not it can legally do that, it needs to first ensure that. So the government will consider legal opinions, they will have to speak to various stakeholders to see what action can be taken. Now these are the options that they have on the table, and once they decide which one they want to go forward with, that is when they are thinking of calling a special session of the Delhi Assembly. So whatever decision they take, whichever option they decide to finalize is the one that they will propose in the assembly, and then with a vote they will pass a resolution and then bring it into effect. So that is what they have decided for now. Also, because the situation here is slightly alarming at this moment, the Delhi government's anti-corruption helpline 1031 has been in fact now converted to a dengue helpline, because the dengue helpline was getting clogged with calls. So as you said, they are in overdrive, but there is a lot more to do and a lot more to think about. So if you could, you know the situation on the ground, and you know whether or not the hospitals can in fact do something on their own and not turn away patients. So could you just tell us a little more about that?
Right. So according to Supreme Court orders, private hospitals currently cannot turn away accident victims, and recently from last year, acid attack victims.
Right.
So they are supposed to take any acid attack victim and accident victim that comes to their emergency. Government hospitals, however, according to guidelines, they cannot turn away any patient at all who reports to the emergency, and if at all a patient needs to be shifted, then they are supposed to provide an ambulance with a doctor and also coordinate with the hospital where they are sending the patient to ensure that the patient does not face any problem. Once he or she reaches that other higher center, he or she is attended to.
Right.
So that is as far as current guidelines go.
Okay, and also there is talk of increasing bed strength of hospitals, and the health minister has also said that he at this point he's requested private hospitals to increase bed strength to accommodate more patients, and he said that he's even willing to relax the surface area rules, which say that for X surface area you can only have X number of beds. So he said until November he is willing to relax those rules just so that hospitals can accommodate more patients. But what we also need to know is there a need for hospitals to expand their capacity, and is there going to be such an influx of patients that all hospitals will have to make room for more?
So what we need to understand is, first of all the cases that are flooding hospitals are not dengue patients. The wards that they are opening are actually called fever wards. So there are a lot of other virals that are surfacing besides dengue. Dengue is of course one of them. In dengue, the number that requires admission is actually very, very limited. It's 2 to 3% according to doctors. Otherwise, dengue is, there's no cure for dengue. Treatment is only symptomatic. So if you have fever, you get treated for the fever. If you have body ache, you get treated for that. So mostly patients can be managed at home if they are given fluids. The trick is to ensure that you don't get dehydrated, which is what happens when platelet count starts falling. Only if your platelet count goes beyond, say, 20,000 to 50,000, admission is advised so that transfusion can be given. But as I said, that happens in a very limited number of patients. If platelets are monitored during the mornings and evenings, another thing that doctors say is that platelets usually fall after the fever subsides. So patients need to take care of that, to not join work immediately after your fever subsides and think you're okay. So that said and done, if you're taking care of that, patients can very well be managed at home, most patients.
Right. So thank you so much, Pritha, and thank you for watching.